Alright, Lenica here. This is a sort of guide to the Wailing Caverns, and the reason I say sort of is there is just too much trash in the Wailing Caverns pet battle dungeon. It makes it kind of fun for a little bit, but there is just too much trash, and so what that means is you kind of want to use your less useful pets on the trash and then save your important pets for the bosses. The what's it called? Not Wailing Caverns. I can't remember. Dead Mines. The Dead Mines is much better balanced, where there's a couple trash-ish pets, but not really, and so there's kind of an easy to put together strategy. But with the Wailing Caverns, there are so many pets that kind of just want to throw whatever you have at it, and it's not hard, but most likely somebody watching this video isn't going to have all the pets I have, so I'm just kind of showing you the important strategies, and then I may end up just either going quickly through, just kind of speeding through the unimportant pets, or maybe I'll go ahead and show you. I'll decide later. But if you've never done it before, the way you are going to go ahead and do the Wailing Caverns pet battle dungeon for the first time is you will go to New Dalaran on the Broken Isles. You go to this building right here, and you'll talk to the person with the quest for the Wailing Caverns. Don't remember exactly what the name of the quest is, but it's pretty obvious. They say something about you have to go to the Wailing Caverns, and you take that quest, and it's going to send you to this NPC right here. If it's your first time ever being here, my apologies for the lag. I'm actually uploading my other video on the Dead Mine, so if you're curious about that, then I have a guide for that, which will be a pretty bit more straightforward. But if it's never been your first time to actually go here, what you're going to do is you're gonna probably fly from the Flight Master at Ratchet, and if you're coming from that direction, you're going to be seeing the Wailing Caverns meeting stone over here on your right, and you'll just see this face-looking structure with the rocks. You're going to go into the face's right eye, and then you're going to talk to Muyani. You're going to go ahead and accept the quest from her, which will be different for you because the first time you do Wailing Caverns, you're allowed to heal your pets, so you can basically just use a Zandalari Ankle Render and do the entire dungeon with just that pet because you can heal them. But the second time, and every time you come back for the weekly quest that I just picked up, you are not going to be able to use either your bandages or your revived battle pets. Even if it's off cooldown, you're not allowed to use them. So, first things up are 3 trash pets. Basically, any mech or any flyer or anything with magic damage for these 3 pets respectively will do fine. So for this little guy, I just use Son of Animus, and he'll usually 1v3 all of these pets. All you have to do is hit him with a couple metal fists, and you will 2-shot him. It's going to slow you down, which is a bummer, but it's really no big deal, because he's just going to put a debuff on you. Doesn't even do damage here. And then the next one, if there is another Deviant Small Claw, will do exactly the same thing. So just mash that metal fist button. If you don't have a Son of Animus, any mechanic will do fine. And I realize this pet is expensive, so this is by no means the only way to take care of these trash pets. It's just what I chose because I didn't need him for any of the bosses. So, we'll go ahead and throw up our extra plating here. It doesn't really matter. Like, we're going to do fine against this guy, obviously. But we'll go ahead and do that. Throw out our Siphon Anima. That's going to heal us up almost to full. And then we'll just mash a couple metal fists and take him out in 3 hits. So these trash pets are just super easy, and any pet with strong mechanical damage will do fine. Literally anything. These pet choices aren't that important. They're just what I happen to choose, and it's really up to you for these trash pets what you want to use. So again, you want something with strong mechanical damage for the first one. You want something with strong flying damage. I like having a crow. It's really strong. You can use a waterfly, a terraclaw. Just any bird is going to do wonders. The advantage to the crow is you can throw out Call Darkness, and now his Blood in the Water has a 40% hit chance. So if he lands it, you're just super unlucky, and it's still really no big deal because you're just going to hit him with a Nocturnal Strike and he's dead. So then we're going to hit him with a couple Alpha Strikes and the Deviant Chomper. We may go for another 40% Blood in the Water. They do like to go for that, but it is such a low hit chance. See, that's really unlucky if it lands, and it still doesn't matter because he's a white quality pet. So he's going to throw up his toxic skin, but with a crit, I'm just going to kill him, so it didn't matter. And even without the crit, I was just going to kill him with another Alpha Strike. So third one's going to come in here. It's not always going to be these 3 little alligators. It's sometimes going to be other pets, so that's why you kind of want some other strong damage on the back line. Having strong flying or mechanical or magic damage is going to be great, but basically any kind of just basically decent pets for your backline pets will be fine. As you saw, the crow just soloed that team. So far I haven't had to use any of my second or third pets. Nexus Whelpling's going to do wonders here. You don't really need to go overkill with this much, dragon and dragons with magic damage, but it's really super fun against the Deviant Flapper. If you do happen to queue, if they do kind of spawn a flyer for the second or third, then this dragon's just going to 2v3 obviously that's one of them, going to 1v3 the entire team, and even with this, he'll probably still end up 1v3ing this entire team because his racial is activated. He hit that Deviant Small Claw for his entire health in one hit. And then the Deviant Chomper comes in. He might get a Blood in the Water. That's fine. There's really no big deal because we're going to throw out an Arcane Storm, which will finish him off. So, yeah, that's Nexus Whelpling's a nice, easy to obtain pet that everybody should have. Maybe not a power version. Now, this is the first real part of the guide, is Son of Scum. For Son of Scum, Mechanical Scorpid SS version is a total god pet. You can also use Icky or one of the ankle renders, but having the Mechanical Scorpid is just such a perfect counter. It's too good to pass up. He's going to use Thunderclap on cooldown, which exactly matches with your Blinding Poison. So as long as you have that speed breed of the Mechanical Scorpid, you're always going to go first with your Blinding Poison. Then when he's blinded, there's no reason to throw up your extra plating because obviously he can't hit you. And then, as soon as the Blinding Poison has faded from him after that second turn, go ahead and throw up your extra plating to take less damage from his Feral Strike. He does kind of do an obnoxious amount of damage for being just a random pet with a Feral Strike because he is epic quality, I guess is what the purple stands for. Is epic, yeah? Yeah. Perps are epics. So, I'll always use your Blinding Poison on cooldown because he's always going to Thunderclap on cooldown. And then go ahead and throw out another Wind Up. At this point, you can get a little fancy and go ahead and use your Wind Up while he's throwing up a Stone Skin because you know he's not going to attack you when he's throwing up that Stone Skin. Or you can just also just use your extra plating on cooldown. It really doesn't matter because at this point, he's 1 Wind Up or 2 Wind Ups away from death. You're going to be able to blind him here, so it doesn't matter whether you have your metal plating up because you're going to activate your Wind Up and then you're going to take him out. So Mechanical Scorpid still hasn't activated his racial. If you have the beast spawn for the second or third pet, those little raptors, you're just straight going to 1v3 the entire team. And it gets the flyers, you'll probably still do okay. I can probably 1v2 and then just take care of whatever the third pet happens to be with whatever I chose for my second and third pets. So, I have a Wind Up active. I'll be able to hit him with the Wind Up before kicking the bucket. Almost certainly. Go ahead and blind him so I can set up another Wind Up. And then we'll go ahead and kill him with one more Wind Up. Mechanical Scorpid's probably going to kick the bucket, but it's okay. We don't need him later on in the dungeon. So we can go for a Wind Up and just kind of let him kill us. Then we shall bring in our Tranquil Mechanical Yeti. Definitely a nice, strong pet to have if you're a beginner pet battler. You can buy him pretty cheap off the auction house. Then Ion Cannon will kill him under... Actually, even without Lightning Storm. So... Go ahead and throw out the Ion Cannon to finish him off. It's really just whatever pets he has. Just use your pets that you have to take him out. They're low quality, so I challenge you to find 2 blue quality pets that can't take care of these backline pets. which is why this part of the guide really isn't as important. As you can see, if you try to click your ability, your heal, or anything, it's not going to work in this dungeon, but that's okay. It's really pretty simple. So for this, you just want a mechanical. I use one of my clockwork gnomes, and then I have these 2 mechanicals on the back line. So I'll go ahead and fight him. This is basically just a trash fight, but it is with a green pet, so I guess it's a little challenging. It's really no big deal. For him, I know that his rotation is to always use burrow on cooldown, so I go ahead and I hit him since I'm faster than him, and then I throw down a turret while he's underground, and then I lose no damage from his burrow. And at this point, I'll go ahead and throw out my heal. Clockwork Gnome is really nice against him. Unless he gets all crits, I should actually be able to keep my racial intact. Not activate my mechanical racial. And I'll basically be full health after this heal while he's at half health. So this is perfect. We're going to go ahead and do some damage here. And then wait to put down our turret until he goes underneath. Going to go underneath now, so we'll throw out the turret again. Just kind of rinse and repeat, and he's going to die on the next round before he can get out another squeeze. So Clockwork Gnome works wonders, and he's a really nice pet that everybody should have. And even a very new pet battler, definitely a must-have. So he might hit you with the blood in the water. If he does, it'll activate your racial. No big deal. He missed, so that's pretty nice for me. Could go for the heal. The problem is the toxic skin is going to reflect damage for every single one of my turrets, so there's not really much reason to throw down my turret because I'm just going to die from my turret while I'm trying to activate my heal. So at this point, it's better to just kind of burn him down as quickly as you can with fists, specifically with fists. So my racial's been activated. I'll go ahead and throw down a turret, because I'm going to die to that first infected claw, and I'll be slower, so I don't really care, though, because I don't need this Clockwork Gnome again. I think I use another one, but you can just use whatever you want, really. Just any strong mechanical pet, or even not so strong mechanical pets, kind of weaker ones, like a random Fluxfire Feline or anything, will do fine. Go ahead and throw out an Overtune, and that'll take out the Deviant. Small Claw. Apologies for that. That was actually my notification of my Dead Mines video, so that got published. Very nice. Next one up is going to be this guy, Valfang, I think. Dreadcoil is next. Alright, so we'll go ahead and load this team. I'm going to use the Pet Bombling here. There's better pets you can use. You could probably use Toxic Smoke and do better. But really just whatever you want as far as strong mechanical damage is going to do wonders. Go ahead and attack him here, or challenge him, I should say. And we'll just go heavy on the zaps. We'll throw out a minefield before we're about to die. I don't think the Pet Bombling will actually take out this guy, but he'll be able to get out a couple zaps, throw out a minefield for whoever's coming in. And then, if I remember right, we want to go ahead. I think I can survive a couple more. Alrighty, so that bite does 236. His beast racial is active, so it is going to activate my racial. So I want to go ahead and explode here, because on the next round he's going to hit me with the squeeze, which will kill me. So you kind of just want to play to your, just against whatever you're seeing. And he did end up taking out Dreadcoil, so that minefield's going to go off hitting this guy. Kenny, my Cogwood Raptor, is going to do great here. He's just going to come in, throwing out a couple batters. If he takes a blood in the water, that's a bummer, but he is going to miss. So this is kind of my lucky night. I've been barely hit by any of these blood in the waters. So usually there's not this many deviant chompers. That's kind of an RNG fest. But even if you're hit by some, just have some backup pets in case they somehow have some magical ability to hit you with all their blood in the waters. And even if they do, it really just hits for less than 2 basic attacks. It just hits basically like a basic attack that crits. You know what I'm saying? It's not that much damage. It's just unfortunate because it is balanced around the notion that it's only a 50% chance to hit. But these are all white quality pets. Like, you can use almost anything, and you could probably solo the entire back line pets with a Terror Claw. Most likely, you could sell the entire dungeon with a Terror Claw besides the boss pets. So for Vilefang, I like to use the Dark Moon Tonk. He's a great pet that everyone should have. And so I'll just go ahead, throw out a Shock and Awe. If I do stun him, a nice little thing for y'all to know is these do not count as like a trainer or anything. So if you stun them, they just sit in and they don't swap or anything. They just stay in front instead of being swapped into the next pet by a trainer. So if you stun them, they're just sitting there taking damage, which is awesome. This guy's probably gonna kill me here, so I'm just gonna go straight for my Ion Cannon. Yeah, I wasn't quite gonna kill. Is that Beast Racial gonna activate mine? No, it isn't. So, I probably didn't have to go for that Ion Cannon quite yet, but it's okay. Dark Moon Tonk's done his job. At this point, it's just up to my backline pets to take care of his, of these backline pets. It's gonna take me out here, but I have a Mechano Peep. You know, could use a Robo Chick, anything for these backline pets. Just like I've said this so many times. You can literally just use anything, but anything with strong mechanical or magic damage is going to be pretty much your best bet. I'm not just gonna take him out because Wind Up buffs itself by 10%. So I'll go ahead and go for another Wind Up, a Peck, and then a Wind Up to take out this guy. I think he still isn't landing those Blow in the Waters, so that's really super lucky for me. And then this hits, remember, about 725. Perfect. Nicely done, Mr. Mechano Peep. So, next up, we have... What's the name of this guy? Hiss. Hiss is the boss. But he's basically just a buffed up trash pet. He's really not that scary at all. So we'll go ahead and challenge him here. There he is. So I just use... Oh, whoopsies. Forgot to load my team. Yeah, I use the Black Fuse Bombling. He's pretty strong. I have the worst breed, but he used to be the best until they nerfed Armageddon, or changed it. Anyways, go ahead and throw out a bombing run. Typically, unless something crazy happens that I don't know of, I'm not able to get out 2 bombing runs. I just throw out a bombing run, throw out some zaps, and then I go ahead and Armageddon before he's going to kill me. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, at this point, his Beast Racial is going to be active. So he's about to activate my Mechanical Racial, and then he's going to hit me with a Squeeze, which will kill me. So I'm going to go ahead and Armageddon instead of throwing out a bombing run. It's not quite going to kill him unless I get some crits, but it's fine. I have the Iron Starlet, or Kenny the Cogblade Raptor, or this one's not Kenny, that's just a random Cogblade Raptor. But I just have to hit him with a quick Wind Up. That will take him out. And then let me see. I want to say a Supercharge with a Powerball will put me in a position to kill him with another Powerball. We'll see. You just kind of play by ear, whatever you have here. So that Powerball hits a nice 609 damage. I think I'm faster than him now. So I'll be able to kill him with one more Powerball before he can get out any more damage. This guy's just going to throw out a Primal Cry and an Exposed Wounds like he always does. So all I have to do is Wind Up and then execute the Wind Up. Oh, he got a crit. Bummer, but it's okay. I got my trusty Cogblade Raptor, who's still faster than him because he has 220 speed. So slow. So, one more batter will take him out. And then we're on to the magic pets. If you have 2 Mechanical Panda and Dragonlings, you're going to do great here, but if you don't, no problem. Any sort of random dragon will do well, and I found that the Scourged Whelpling will do wonders. So using a mechanical panda and dragonling and then a scourged whelpling for the second one will be what I always run. And if you run through the biostreams, by the way, it gives you this little buff that increases your movement speed. It also puts you in combat, so if you look at your Rematch add-on, it's going to kind of glitch out, just like it always does whenever you're in combat. I missed the ectoplasm. I'm sad about that. Well, I'll go ahead and get this one for now, and I'll come back to that in a second. I was supposed to fight that first one over there. So we'll go ahead and we'll fight this one. And I forgot to load my team. Oh, I'm a little ditzy today. So we'll go ahead and load our team. This first one, growing ectoplasm, we use the mechanical panda and dragonling and just these two pets. So let's try this. Go ahead, and that does pretty hard. We'll probably go ahead and decoy right off the bat. Don't bother with Thunderbolt. You wanna go ham with the strong Dragonkin damage into the mechanical pet, because he does a lot of damage. Even against your MPD, he's usually going to activate your racial unless you get some crazy crits or something. So you don't actually want a Thunderbolt, you just want to go straight up damage. You're spamming your basic attack and then your decoy if it comes off cooldown before you die. Usually it will, but you never know. So I'm going to go for another damage here. Getting some pretty hard hits on him, which is really nice, so I'm going to be able to kill him here almost certainly. Nice. Now I can throw out that Thunderbolt I've been holding out on. Still going to be faster than him. He's going to throw up an exposed wounds, but I'm just going to throw up a decoy, and then he's not going to hit me. So MPD might actually solo this entire team. We'll have to see how it goes. Kind of depends on if this guy lands his blood in the water. If he doesn't land the blood in the water, I think I'll actually solo the entire team with my mechanical panda and dragonling. He missed the blood in the water again. So Thunderbolt's going to take him out. Almost. Not quite. So I'm going to activate my racial maybe. Maybe not even. Not even. So, first one's down, and nice. The second one spawns right here. So you can go, if you make that mistake that I did, you can actually just load up your second team and fight him right again. So, go ahead and fight another one of these growing ectoplasms. This time we're using Scourged Whelpling, and I think these are the same backline pets because you don't even need them really, hardly at all. You can go for Plague Blood and Tail Sweeps. I like to do that. Or you could just go for tail sweeps. Either one really works. It's probably technically like one move better to throw out that Plague Blood right at the beginning so that you're healing a little bit. But if he crits you, it doesn't matter anyways because you're going to die. Yeah, that is going to keep me alive one turn longer, so perfect. He is going to kill you here. Nothing you can do about it. Too bad, so sad. But just keep spamming those tail sweeps and you'll take him down. He has no self-healing, so all he does is just kind of spam single target damage. You know, it's pretty basic to take him down. Because he has these deviate flappers, I'll probably bring in my little bling. He's pretty strong with that magic, with that gift package, either healing him or doing strong damage. So I'll start off with a Make It Rain. Let's see. I'll save my Blingtron gift package until I'm low enough where if it misses, it'll heal me for a nice amount. And actually what I will do is I'll go ahead and take out the Deviant Flapper with a Smack That. And then I'll use the Present on the next pet to either heal myself or do strong damage and remove its ratio. Won't quite remove the ratio, but almost. went ahead and landed it, and that actually did totally remove the racial. So I want to say that a smack that will take him out. Not quite, but the dot will finish him off. And then all we're left with is the final boss. What I use is a very uncommon pet, but he's super easy to beat. I like to use the purple puffer, and I'll go ahead and show you that because he's just so strong against him. But you could just use an emperor crab or just anything with strong, single target aquatic damage. What you'd probably want to run with the crab is healing wave, and then your surge and your whirlpool setup. But basically anything with pump will do fine. As far as like a common pet that you could use that has pump, let's go ahead and see. We'll just choose an aquatic pet with pump. Slithershock Elver is a very nice option. You can have a powered Slithershock Elver, which has exactly the same stats as the purple puffer, and so while he can't heal, he can dodge. Purple puffer is just so great. Let's say we try for this video, we're gonna go ahead and try. Ooh, Young Mutant War Turtle is pretty cool, and he has nice attack power. Not that great. We'll go ahead and try this Slithershock Elver. He has really low attack power, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna try him out and see how he does. I like to use the purple puffer, like I said, because he hits so hard. He will kill the ever-living spore in literally just 3 pumps. He's great. But I'll go ahead and try the Slithershock Elver since he's a bit easier to obtain, quite a bit cheaper for sure, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll go ahead and throw out a pump. He's going to throw out his spore shrooms, which we can dodge if we want. We'll go ahead and hit him with a pump. There's really no reason to use our deep bite, so we can just do a lot of damage with pumps. We'll go ahead and dodge here to avoid those spore shrooms, although they don't really hit that hard. It doesn't really matter. So we'll go ahead, throw up our pump again. We should probably be able to kill this guy in 4 pumps, because under Cleansing Rain, our pump still hits really hard, even with his 50% reduced damage and not being able to take more than 35% of their health. It's still really good for us, so we're going to kill him in 1 more pump. He's actually killed our little blink, so he does a lot of AoE damage. You kind of have to be careful about your backline, because if your Slithershock Elver goes down, then you're stuck with whatever he left you here. So little bling is going to die, but our Slithershock Elver is doing fine, and even against this Deviant Flapper, we ought to do okay, I think. So Ever-Living Spore's gonna go down here. If I do fail with the Slithershock Elver, I'll use the purple puffer and go ahead and finish this off. But I have pretty high confidence in this guy's ability to take out these pets here. 1 deep bite is going to, well, 140 plus 25% of that. That's a tough one, actually. I'm going to go ahead and dodge to be super safe. I don't want to do the mental math in my head. I want to say that's not enough. So, what I can do is you activate a pump, and then I'm pretty sure the 10% plus the 25% will definitely be enough with the deep bite. I'm actually not that sure. Probably got lucky with that crit, but I'll go ahead and throw out a pump here. Hit this guy really hard. He landed his blood in the water, so Slithershock Elver's down, but I just have my backline pet to take care of him. It's no biggie. 1 Metal Fist will take him out, and so down he goes. Usually it's not so down to the wire, because you'll usually use backline pets that you haven't already been kind of utilizing before. But at this point in the battle, these pets are kind of so easy to take care of as long as you have the right matchups. After you've done that, you'll go ahead and just hop down. The jump will kill you, so if you don't have a way to slow fall or something, you want to be careful. So I use my levitate, and even if you do die, no big deal. Just res, and you actually res right here, so it's no biggie. Talk to her. Gonna go ahead and leave, and then she's gonna give you your bag of goodies if you're doing the weekly, which I'm doing. And if you get lucky, maybe you'll get an ever-living spore. It's a really cool pet. Kind of a, what's it called? Droplet of Isaraj wannabe. I don't think it's a power breed. I think it's health. But really cool pet that I have not gotten yet. That I'm just doing the weekly for. I've gotten all the other pets. None of the other pets are all that strong, but that is how you obtain them if you don't have like the 200,000 gold to spend on the auction house for him. So I hope this guide helped y'all. If you have any questions, if you are stuck on a specific pet or anything, and you say don't have a speed mechanical scorpion, you want to know another strategy, just let me know in the comments, and I'll do the best to help you out with whatever pets you have available. But until next time, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.